This is a critique on the thematic series, and in this project, you chose to take photographs of your cats. And so basically what happens when you're photographing animals is it's basically a portraiture project. In this first one, I think you've got a really nice composition, and I think that the blanket that the cat is sitting on is perfect. I like that the cat is, over here to the left hand side, and I like the shallow depth of field. I think the light must looks like maybe it was coming in through the window, and it kind of creates a little halo effect along the edge here. We can't see the cat's eyes, and I think I would have you go in and do a little editing to bring out the eyes, and also it's a little flat right in here. And so I'd probably also have you bring out a little bit of the texture on the cat's fur, little blown out right here. One thing that's really standing out about this is and it's because of the color, is the cat's collar. And I think that looks really nice. But it's a great silhouette. We want to think about the shape, the overall flat shape that is made by the figure, and that looks really good. Okay. This one is a great pose as far as like a portrait goes. I like how you've cropped half the cat and left all this room in front of him. I like that the cat is kind of looking up and almost seems to be thinking about something or imagining something. And I agree with you that this spark in the eye is really working. I do think again we're a little flat and dark in some of these areas here. We could possibly even lighten up this background wall just a little bit so that we could get a little bit more definition along the edge here, of the cats. But it's a really applying the rule of thirds very nicely here. Looks good as far as composition goes. Here's another good, you know, kind of a personality shot of the cat. An interesting composition, again, where you've kind of just cropped out half the cat. Some interesting things happening with the shadow right here. We are again a little bit blown out right here and a little flat in some of these areas. But it's a really good pose. I'd love it if his eyes were just kind of maybe glowing a little bit more. Cats have such beautiful, golden green eyes, and I think if we could, do a little editing to kind of lighten up his face just a little bit. Okay, and then this one is also, it's pretty good. I don't think the silhouette of the cat is quite as interesting as in the ones where you had him kind of partially cropped. But again, a great facial expression. I get the impression that he's looking at something like kind of right here, about to pounce on it. I like what you're doing with this kind of diagonal composition. I might have suggested you get a little closer, make the cat a little bit bigger in the frame, perhaps, to really kind of play up this diagonal that's happening with his body. Okay, and then you switch to some outdoor pictures of your other cat. And one thing I really liked about these was that you got down really low and actually included some of the grass in the frame. As it's as if probably your camera was actually resting on the ground or close to it. And this is what we need to do when we're photographing animals, is we do need to get down low. A great facial expression. Again, probably I would say We are a little bit flat in our shadows in here, and I'd like to bring that out a little bit more. Your white balance looks a little bit on the yellowy green side to me. I might have had you just tweak that white balance a little bit. And I like this little patch of kind of out of focus sky up behind him. That looks really good. And what a cute facial expression. That's great. Okay, very, very nice composition here. It almost looks like it's a wild cat about to pounce on something. Little bit blown out on the tree stump here. But otherwise, I think this is a great way to frame the cat, to capture the cat within the frame. I like the way this arc of his neck is bringing the eye down, and then we look at his eyes and we're kind of wondering what it is he's looking at down here. Really, really good composition. Just maybe a couple of areas a little blown out. And again, I think your highlight, I mean, not your highlights, your white balance, it's just like a little yellowy or orangey in this one. Okay, really good pose, and really good framing of the cat. Um, I like the way his paws are just kind of hanging over the side of the tree stump here. I would want you to do a little editing in the shadowed area here to bring out some highlights on his face. And just like I mentioned with the other cat, this would be a great opportunity to, maybe make the eyes glow a little bit more. I think it's great that his eyes are practically the same color as the grass. And I think just brightening them up a little bit would kind of play off of the green in the picture. Great kind of down low shot where you've got a lot of sky in the background. So that's working really nicely. This one also working very, very nicely as a composition. I really like the way you've set the cat up. There's like kind of a diagonal going here, and then his gaze is kind of going off this way. You've got him, surrounded by the blue sky, which can only happen if you get down really low. Your light is really nice on the areas where the light is hitting him. Little bit too much shadow again on maybe the side of his body and the side of the tree stump, and that could be fixed by editing. This looks really nice in here, the way the tree stump is kind of glowing against the green grass. Okay, that's a cute picture too. This cat seems to like to stick his tongue out a lot. And so again, I like that your camera angle is so low that you've got some blades of grass in the foreground. Great facial expression with his little tongue. And it's just a good composition overall. And then finally, sorry, I can't quite get the whole thing in the frame here. This is a great one to kind of end your series with. Really good composition. Your light looks good. I think you're really doing nicely by getting down low and framing his head up against the sky and the trees like you've been doing. So this is a very active pose. It looks like he's about to, like he's got his eyes fixed on something off in the distance and he's about to, jump on it. I think that you did a great job on this final assignment. I really think that you are doing a really good job of framing and working on your composition. Animals are not easy to photograph, and I feel like you really captured the personality and the behavior of these animals. And so very nice work.